Assalamu alaikum, beautiful people. Is my voice loud? Assalamu alaikum, beautiful people. Welcome back. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Sumaya Imam, and this is the third episode of the school vlogs, and I'm being consistent. I'm proud of me, and somebody's looking at me, but I'm trying to be brave and hold my camera. Yeah, bismillah, bismillah, bismillah. Right on the screen. So today is Sunday, and I'm going out to shoot preparation for Ramadan. Oh, Assalamu alaikum, beautiful people. You and you me is not working out well. Because what do you mean I'm late to class on 2nd of February? When Allah is on your side, nobody can go against you. Because what do you mean I got seats before people and people are standing? People that came before me are standing and I got a seat. You are playing. You're playing. Adding Abdul Malik to the vlog.
2 hours later.
I'm not following propaganda of you can't repeat clothes, or you shouldn't repeat clothes as much when especially when you're making videos on social media. Please, yes, I'm going to repeat the clothes I was today for a video on a Monday to lecture because it's just hijab. We are going to do Ramadan in this sun. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Where you are? Where you? These people watch this vlog, they are going to look for me. But tell me why they are all sleeping. Why? Why are we in class and they're sleeping?
Tomorrow for sure.
My short friend complained.
Used to borrow the projector. So one of our plans is we are going to try and get a projector for the department. So any day you wanted to do your your project for refreshment, just should not compulsory.
At this point, every episode of this vlog is about to be having tea in it, but today's combination is different. I brought some lemongrass and stuff to school, so this is the first time I'm using it and I'm so excited. Wallah. Jannah goes. Assalamu alaikum. We are whispering today. OOTD. My roommates are sleeping. You guys, some of you already know this outfit from my internship. I use this at a bar during IT because it's so easy to just navigate and all of that. Then this is the tote bag. I know, don't ask me whether it matches or not, but there's brown on the clothes, so somebody's knocking. So I noticed that people loved the coffee brown. At the time I was selling this coffee brown, but for some reason nobody ever picked this, and I was wondering whether I was the one that chased the customers away because I loved the coat. So maybe deep down I wanted it for myself. I'm matching it with a brown shoe, so I thought brown bag, brown shoe would make sense. Also because my leg has been paining me these days, so maybe that brown shoe was going to work today. My leg is selective of the shoe I should wear. If it's a bit slippery, I just suffer throughout the day. Wallah, I have 96 lectures, you guys. 9 to 6. I'm not ready for this. Bismillah. More times 10, because what the heck? What am I even ready to? You know, as a boarding school student, that you still have the effect of boarding school in you when a small person, a small creature is passing beside you and they rub shoulders with you. Because in my head, I was like, can you imagine this 100 level plate? Shift from my road. But that was all in my head. Physically, I just looked down. But my head, I'm like, can you imagine? Will you shift? You know, that kind of authority that just comes to being a senior, like, will you shift? But no, we don't do it here, so.
Eventually.
What you eat as a broke student, as a broke microbiology student on a Friday. Na wani ne na ɗauka sai na yi aiki akan shi da ciccire abubuwa na ƙara nawa ka gane. First review of the technical report. Am I excited? Yes. Did I do a lot of work? Yes. Where is it? See. I love the illustrations. Is it even showing? This is not aesthetic in any way. Initially, I was saying I'm not going to video this tea this morning because it's like all my vlogs, all my vlogs start with tea. But my roommate was like, they even use you do tea ambassador. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's tea is cappuccino again. For some reason, I had the urge to film while in class, and I think I'm doing this for confidence, like holding my microphone and putting up a phone, like not just like getting clips, like talking. I know the background is noisy, but I just wanted to try something. By the way, I'm listening to a lecture now, so by on YouTube about I'll share the lecture with you guys. Somebody shared it that we should watch before Ramadan about like istighfar and all of that before Ramadan. So I'm going to share the lecture with you guys. I don't have any particular thing to say. I genuinely just wanted to put up my camera and talk into a microphone and see if people are looking at me. And I think people are looking at me, and I'm very nervous. So bye. So the lecture I said I was listening to was lecture by Imam Abbakar Zud, and in this particular video he was talking about tawbah and seeking forgiveness, especially before Ramadan. When you're watching this video, it's probably just like 2 to 3 days to Ramadan, but it's never too late. He started the video with a story I want to share with you, but I'm also going to put the thumbnail right here so you know the exact video I'm talking about and you can look for it, inshallah. He said during the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a woman who committed zina, and her punishment was to be stoned to death. Right? She came to like confess to the Prophet that this is what she did, and she's confessing her sins, and that the punishment should, and that she's ready to take her punishment. But at that time, she was pregnant. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked for her guardian, and he told the guardian to take care of her and the baby till the baby is grown to an age where they can separate from the mom. So years later, I don't know how many years exactly, but the baby was grown a bit, and the woman came back, and they came back to the Prophet for her punishment. So she was stoned to death, and the Prophet ﷺ led a janaza prayer for her. So Umar was confused, and he asked the Prophet, he was like, this is a woman that we punished and all of that, and then you yourself is leading a janaza prayer for this woman. And then the Prophet said the woman was seeking for tawbah, throughout that time period, and she has been forgiving by Allah and all of that, but they still have to carry on with that punishment. So imagine for somebody to commit a sin that huge. You know how adultery, zina is like, it's one of the biggest sins in Islam, right? So imagine somebody committing a sin that huge was able to continuously, please, is this English correct? She kept asking for forgiveness. She kept asking for forgiveness to the extent she was granted that forgiveness. So in the video, he went on to explain tawbah, the process of tawbah, and he said that tawbah, the proper form of tawbah, has about 6 characteristics. I'll let you go on and watch that video so you learn more from the Imam himself. What I basically wanted to discuss at the end of this video was us appearing as our best selves in Ramadan. I mean, we have spoken about showing up as your best self. Somewhere in October, I think I explained the whole idea of having an alter ego that is almost perfect, right? So, your future version of yourself, your her, for people that may be new here, they won't understand that concept. Your her is that person that you view, that person that is almost perfect. She does everything so well. She dresses up like you want your future self too. She's modest, she's elegant, she acts rich, she acts like the business person you want your future person to be. All of that, she has all of those qualities. So you are to start acting like the person you want to become, right? Bringing this into Ramadan, how can we every single day show up as our best version during this Ramadan? How can we show up as that future version of ourselves, that alter ego we imagine, that alter ego we have created? I know it's going to be difficult. I know there are days of Ramadan that would be so plain, they'll just be ordinary. But there are other days that you could do your best. You would be on time. You would read the portion of Quran you have to read. You would be up for tahajjud. You're doing qunut. You're in the spirit, all of it. So how can we keep up with that and be consistent with that through the month of Ramadan? Thank you so much for watching this video. I expect your comments. Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. Also, you should stay tuned for Ramadan vlogs. I'm thinking of just doing a silent vlog because please, we don't want too much noise during Ramadan. So it's just be like silent vlogs, and then at the end, I will do some sort of reflection. Maybe the way I'm sitting on my bed and doing reflection. By the way, you guys, I see my subhanallah. I just love this. I feel like it could be a really good background in a different story, but then I'm up bunk. Anyway, could sit anywhere and just like talk at the end of each vlog, but it to be silent vlog. So you should stay tuned. May Allah allow us to have the best of Ramadan and the best semester as well. Jazakumullahu khairan. Ma'assalam.